Hey, how's everybody doing today? My name is David Patton, and today I'm going to be going over part 2 of my tile mechanic game project. So for part 2, we had to take a fellow classmate's mechanic and implement it into our own. The person's mechanic I chose was Aaron Bishop, and his mechanic was called Soul Swap. Now I won't be calling it Soul Swap, I'm just going to call it Teleport. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these 3 game levels, and after I'm done, I'll show you how I did everything. Okay, welcome back everybody. So now that we got the gameplay out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to how I did this. So first off, if you take a look in the bottom left hand of your screen, I went ahead and made a child blueprint of the entity player. I named him Entity Player Swap. Now if I open this blueprint class up, you see I haven't touched anything in here. All right, so the next thing I want to show you is tile door. And this was based off my last video where I couldn't control what sides of the door was opening and closing. I went ahead and did that code now. So I just wanted to show that off real quick. And if we go right to this, click on the door. If you look over here in the bottom right, where the circle is, you can actually say, is door left, is door right, is door down, is door up. You can actually click the booleans on and off. It'll open different sides of the door depending on where you have it placed. So if you guys watched my other video, I talked about that I was going to redo this section of my code, and that is for you guys. What I did first about implementing this mechanic was to create a player controller. So you see right here, I created that controller. Let me go back over here to my blueprints. You can see it right here, BP player controller. So then we go over here to the right to the world settings. I'll go ahead and click that and then go to selected game mode. And then right here, player controller class. I picked the one I created, BP player controller. Let's go ahead and make our way over here to the BP player controller. First, we have the event begin play. And what I did is I cast the 3 different actor classes. The first one is the entity player swap, then the entity player, then the camera actor. That way the camera doesn't move, it stays in position no matter where you spawn your second player at. And then what I did is I promoted each return value on these, gave them the proper name. That way they're setting all those, and we're going to go ahead and use that in the function below. So right here, if you hit the space bar, it's going to go into this branch. And what this branch is actually going to do is check which character you currently are. Both the true and false is going to go into a Niagara particle system. That way you can choose what effect each player spawns with. It's going to go to an activate node, and it's going to activate whatever character you possess. But let's just say we're going to go into the entity player swap. After you take control of the entity player swap, it actually goes to the entity player and hides the actor in the game. And then it'll go to the entity player swap character and actually unhide him. That way you only have one character showing on the board, and it actually looks like he's teleporting back and forth. And the same thing, I just did everything in reverse on the bottom. And that goes into the set view target with blend, and that's where your camera actor comes in play. So that way it just stays there at the top and it doesn't keep switching back and forth. And that pretty much concludes this video. That's all I did. I didn't mess with anything else. So I hope you guys liked the gameplay and hope you guys liked this video. You guys have a good day.